Okay. Okay, so Michelle Cherubini, welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Homegrown, you guys. Usually I started with it sounded exactly like Alex Cooper, which was my thought, and people are like, you have to change that. So welcome to Homegrown. This is Michelle Cherubini, owner, founder, operator, Wheelhouse here in Poughkeepsie, Springhouse also here in Poughkeepsie. I have a few questions. Are you freaking ready to go?
I'm excited. Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so first and foremost, for anyone who doesn't know you, you wake up at 5 a.m. It seems like ready to go. You ready to party, ready to work. You are full of energy, no matter the time of the day. Where does that come from? Were you always that way?
I've always been self-motivated. I always worked out on my own. So in that regard, you have to get up and go. You have to have the, but now I'm the instructor. I have to be there. So that's part of it, right? There are definitely some days where I'm like, oh no, the alarm went off. I'm not ready. But you don't have a choice. Get up and go. And I never regret it. I never am like, oh, I wish I didn't go to that class. It's always the motivation to feel so good after.
It's like the anticipatory anxiety of oh my God, my alarm went off. I don't want to do it. But as soon as you start moving your body and working out.
My best advice is don't snooze. It goes off, I stand up. Because it hurts sometimes, but now I'm in a routine and I'm used to it. And it's you're kicking off people's day. And so my energy and my excitement for it has to be setting the bar.
Right.
So that's exciting for me.
Yeah, setting the example. So kind of coming off of that, let's talk fitness and sports a little bit, but going back to your earlier days. Were you always athletic, into fitness, competitive?
Definitely competitive. My dad will tell you that I picked daisies in the field at softball. And he was like, what are you doing? My sister played softball through college, the boy he never had, that was her. I did competitive cheerleading. I did field hockey. I always liked to play sports. I don't know if I'd call myself an athlete, but it's so funny. I love the show, The Challenge on MTV, where they do competitive things.
On the beach
yeah,
stuff?
Or in the jungle or whatever it is. And I used to go and work out with my cousin. We'd be just pretend you're training for the challenge.
Oh my God.
That was where I think I'd thrive.
Early on?
When we were young, 20s, early teenagers, we loved that show. So I always laugh because I'm well, I would have thrived on that. Or just in a setting like that.
Yeah. Well, you still, do you do warrior dashes or any?
I'm I don't know, you watch these shows and there's young kids on it. Now I'm almost 40. I'm well, I don't know if I could handle it now, but I just think that the idea of it was fun. And so I think competitively I would have loved that. And so that is part of who I am. I want to do well. I want to, and I, just finding that drive in you is exciting too. Getting it done.
1,000%. Yeah. Checking it off your what's next, what's next. Yeah. Let's talk about 5-year-old Michelle.
I have 4-year-old Michelle now, reincarnated.
It's so true.
I feel bad for whoever was around 5-year-old Michelle because 4-year-old Michelle is looking at me in the form of my daughter, and it's there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Excited, ready to go, very motivated, very...
like a hummingbird. Just always moving, always going, very busy. I was on the phone with my grandma last night, and she was you are always so busy. I'm I know. I'm still busy.
You had a place to be, somewhere to be. You're always late to something.
Yeah, running.
What do you think if I asked 5-year-old Michelle, hey, 5-year-old Michelle, what do you want to be when you grow up?
We can get into it where I went, but 5-year-old Michelle probably would have said the boss, whatever that meant.
Okay.
But she wanted to be in charge.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So you knew at a young age. You're this is going to happen. I don't know how.
I don't know how or know what. Yeah. My mom was hoping it was a business, not a gang. And here we are, right? Running wild, but yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So you went to SUNY New Paltz.
I did.
Okay. What did you study? And are you doing anything with what you did there now?
No. Fun fact, my husband was there at the same time. We didn't know each other. At the same exact time. We didn't know.
Are you guys the same age?
We're not the same age. He was a little older than me, but we were there at the same time and never met. He's not utilizing his degree and I'm not utilizing mine. I went for secondary education, 7th to 12th grade, to teach social studies.
Uh-huh.
So people will be well, you're still teaching. I'm oh, not really.
Yeah,
but
no.
I really wish I had gone for business, but when you're 18 and they're pick what you want to do forever right now. I'm I think back, I had no idea. And then you student teach at the very end, and I was I actually don't like this.
Yeah.
I wish you had done this in the beginning because I would have maybe saw what was not for me. But, everything, I truly believe this, your timing of life leads you to everything. And so whether I used it or not, I'm grateful for the experience and being there and what it did for me after college, because I didn't open this right away. So, everything is for the way it's supposed to go.
And it's funny too, because you were saying like social studies. So like, had you gone into that, like if you were a social studies teacher or something of that, it's almost like too late sometimes. Like it's never too late.
I can't even imagine my life in a regular setting of 8 to 2, whatever it is, and it would have been great in a lot of ways, but also just like that doesn't fill me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah. So let's talk about the Wheelhouse. So before the Wheelhouse, before the Springhouse, what the heck led you here? Like, what was the deciding factor?
So I lived in San Diego. I lived in San Diego from 2009 to 15, and my son was born there. My ex-husband was deployed with the Marine Corps. And when he was gone, I had a lot of time to myself. My son wasn't born yet. And I started taking spin classes at this place. And then they were doing a training. And I was like, this is going to be my New Year's resolution. Like, I'm going to get spin certified. And I did. And I probably wasn't great in the beginning, I think back. But it became a big passion of mine, which then led me to start teaching Pilates. Snowballed into a thing. So when I moved back here in 2015, there was nothing. There was no boutique studios. There was only box gyms. Anything like this was in Westchester. I was driving to Westchester on Sundays to teach at a small studio just to like fill my cup. And I was like, I could do this. This is a need. This is a gap in the area. And I joke, $5 in a dream, because we really had nothing. I had nothing. I was like, I'm going to do this and be with supportive family members and just, I need to do this for myself and my son. I made it happen.
Yeah. Oh my God. Chills, Michelle. It's so true. Like, and we'll kind of get to that too, but like truly just like having a vision and having $1 and you're like, well, I can at least put it towards something, right? What do you want people to feel maybe between the two places when they walk in, whether they're like a complete newcomer or like seasoned member? What do you want them to feel?
I always want people to feel welcomed and a sense of community, because I've been in situations where there's mean girl energy and you walk in somewhere and you're like, oh, I don't feel like I should be here. I'm not part of it. I never want that. And I truly think we've created something that's a welcoming space. And I want everyone to know they're supported in their journey. So if you're brand new, we'll help you. And if you've been coming, we'll challenge you. So everybody has a spot and a place and a way to make their workout their own. Like, I'm just the tour guide here, leading you on this journey. Take it how you need it to be.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. And I'm like full proof of that too. Like, as soon as I joined, like you just meeting me where I was at, but also pushing and kind of like seeing and challenging. Like, I love being like called out in a good way, like a positive way when you're on the bike, saying like, good job, I see you, Megan, you know, like I'm here and I'm matching your energy, and like however this is your ride, I'm just here to kind of like
and we've been with you through different seasons, pre-kids, pregnant, post-kids, and so your workout changes and your mental state changes and your availability changes. And pre-kids, you're like, oh, I can take this class. And then post-kids, you're like, okay, this is my 45 minutes. Yeah. I'm grateful for it in a way I maybe wasn't before. And so we want to make sure we're meeting you where you are emotionally, mentally, physically, so that you can take that 45 minutes and give it to yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. Let's talk about Poughkeepsie a little bit. You chose Poughkeepsie for both locations. Why Poughkeepsie? What did you see that nobody else saw?
When I first toured this area, it was a abandoned warehouse that was being transformed into a plaza. It was like a water tower situation. It was disgusting. And I was like, you have to really have like a vision right now. Like, if you feel like you have to be able to see in your mind what you want from this, because it was nothing. It was like cement walls and gross floor. Mm-hmm. And so I love where we are because it's super central to a lot of places. It's not far for Wappingers, for Pleasant Valley, Millbrook, Highland. It's a lot of like center for people. So we're close to colleges. We're close to just a big hub, the hospital. I wanted to kind of be in a place where people could come and not worry about having a hard time getting there. Route 9 is chaotic. I like our little tucked away bubble here. It's super safe. We feel like we're in our own little world, and it's just been great.
Yeah, and you've like truly taken over the plaza, which like again, we'll get into that too. So the Wheelhouse just celebrated 9 years.
9, crazy.
What do you think was the hardest year?
COVID, 2020.
Yeah.
It was sad and it was hard, and like I blacked out. Like people will be like, oh, but you did great. I'm like, I don't know how. And it was just a drive to keep it alive, and like the most supportive members who are working out on Zoom or in the parking lot with me, you know, never like letting the hiccups stop the momentum. And it really was scary because you don't know what's going to come from it. And none of us had experience with anything like that before. And I just was like, I can't let this take me out. I won't do it.
Yeah. Well, and you've had members like from the beginning who saw you through. And I know you did like Zoom stuff, and I was there. There were like 5 bikes in the room. I was one of the 5. And you had that waiting list. Remember like the long waiting list of like everyone's like waiting to see if somebody's going to drop out so that they can get in.
Yeah.
You have like the most supportive members, like truly.
It's like I could cry thinking about it because these are strangers. This isn't your friends, your family. Like, these are people who just met you one day and were like, I'm going to follow you. And so I do my best to raise the bar for them because, like, they're trusting me. And so it's like, well, I have to, you know, be the person that you're following. I have to be the light.
Yeah. Well, you are. You truly are. What do you think is the most dramatic transformation you have ever seen, either place, Wheelhouse or Springhouse?
Like physically or like who they are?
Let's do both.
Okay.
If you have something that sticks out.
We have a woman, I won't name her name because I don't want to call her out, but she had 3 kids back to back, and she just wasn't happy in her own skin. But she consistently showed up for months, and she lost 100 pounds. And we had a photo of her. So she is on our Instagram. She's standing behind the pants that she wore the first day back. And it's like she could fit her whole body into one leg. And that is her commitment, her tenacity, her like showing up for herself. But like she felt good for herself, but she felt good for her kids.
Yeah.
And she has daughters, showing them this is how you get yourself back. This is how you know, grow and glow and feel good, and you do it with the hard work.
Yeah, like living proof of like, I wonder if I saw that picture. I think I did. And is that between the Wheelhouse and the Springhouse?
So
like
that at first, we weren't open here yet, Springhouse. We were only Wheelhouse. And then eventually we did incorporate Springhouse into her workouts.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then mentally, it's actually my day one client, Anne-Marie. She's amazing. She was so nervous and so like just not confident in herself when I first met her. She was my first client ever. She was the first person to ever buy a pass to the Wheelhouse, and we weren't even open yet. So I'm like, I love her so much, but she was so nervous, and her first class, she was like, I can't do it. And now she's like a pro. She's at both places. She's strong. She feels good. She's just become such a mind over matter. And it's like a really important lesson. Like, we can do hard things.
And it's a testament to you. Like, you've also gone on the journey with her. And it's more like with business ownership, like people will follow you. That's why I do this series, because people will follow you. You could you could sell, I don't know, like dish chemicals, and people will be like, I know her, I trust her because I've seen what she can do. Like, and you've worked and found this place from the ground up. So like having loyal membership like that, or like loyal followers, people, like that's a huge testament to you, Michelle.
I talk to other business owners and I'm like, you are your brand, you know? And so you have to be in your business.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that want to just open something and run it from their couch or have someone else be the face. And I get where that seems like, oh, great. But if you don't know, like, I'm still mopping the floor because I'm here. I want to be part of the day-to-day. I want to know everybody. I want to see everybody. I want them to know I'm part of their journey. I'm with them. I'm supporting them. Whether they take my classes or not, that's fine. But like, they can always reach out to me.
Yes. Yeah, you are like always like literally a phone call away. I think I'm not even done like texting half the time and you're already responding, and you've always been
Type
that way.
A to a fault.
So am I. So am I. What do you think is the best compliment a client has ever given you?
Just that they feel safe here, that they're grateful for coming, that they would never have done something like this. So it's like, good. My goal for you is to come in here and feel supportive and accomplished. And if you can do that, that's a big compliment to me and to the space and to the instructors, because that's our ultimate goal.
Do you have a lot of clients that come for the first time and then the second time they come back, they bring somebody?
That does happen, yeah. Or like I actually just recently noticed we have girls that are nervous to come without their friends. They want to come together.
Sure.
And I get that. I get like, oh, it's my safety blanket, right? So I love that it becomes the new coffee date.
Yes.
Right? It's the new thing to do with your friend. I love that. So yeah, bring your man, bring your friend, bring your mom.
Bring your mom.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Make it like an exciting morning. Take a class, go get a smoothie, like make it a thing.
Yeah. You've been recognized in real, tangible ways. So 2024, the Athena Award.
That was such an honor.
Like true, I saw some of the videos. I remember seeing you. Like, what does that kind? There's like a whole long list, but like, what does that recognition feel like for you?
Yeah. Well, these people have to nominate you. So for somebody to feel that way about me, when I sometimes feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants, I'm like, wow, that's such an honor, because it's nice to know that other people recognize what you're doing, maybe when you don't recognize yourself, right? Because we all are our own worst critic. And so when people can say, I think you're amazing, I want to nominate you for this. And I was like, wow, that's like really special that you took the time, that you got other people to write recommendation letters, and that you thought of me for that. I'm truly honored for that.
It's a whole process too.
Yeah, oh,
like,
it's a big
not
deal.
like a, no, it truly is.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's talk about kind of the schedule before we wrap up the Wheelhouse. What is the schedule of the Wheelhouse? What classes do you offer?
We are open early mornings, 5:45, 6 a.m., and then again mid-morning, 9:30, and then evening, 5:45, 6:45, and on the weekends, more classes in the morning. We want to offer time slots to people that got to get in before work, or after they get the kids to school, or those people that work out after work are another level.
That's me.
It's so hard.
I can't do the morning stuff. I like need to.
I know, but like, so you're motivated and committed to it, because that's a tough thing to work all day, to like deal with your kids all day, and then go work out. Like, props to those people. That's a tough time.
Yeah. Well, you have like, you got to get in where you fit in where you get in, like any kind of, and make it happen, because it's a 45-minute class.
Right.
Some of them are a little bit more, right?
Yes.
I think.
So we have a few different classes that we offer. We have all spin, 30 or 45 minutes. It's all on the bike. Then we offer classes that are combination on the floor, on the bike. You kind of get it all in. Those are my favorite. And then we have mat classes, bar, mat Pilates, a class we call power, which is weight training, because they really complement each other.
Yeah.
So you can't just do one thing. And I think that's when I first opened the Wheelhouse, I thought, oh, we're going to be a spin studio. Quickly realizing like we need to offer more, because cross training is really important. So that became where we kind of incorporated more of the weight aspect. And in the last 2 years, we've really incorporated the heavier weights, which has been awesome. And it's truly changed people's bodies.
Yeah, like the toning and all of it too. So would you say like perfect week, you would take like a spin class on a Monday, you come to Springhouse on a Tuesday, you do a early morning bar class on a Wednesday. So kind of like
mixing it all
heart
up.
rate, and also, So speaking of, let's talk about like the health side of things a little bit. So classes like your hit and spin are built around like raising heart rate, while something like bar is more slow and more like toning and a little bit more like intentional. What do you think is like the real value in each? So like walking through your doors, again, like the kind of client who's walking and not really knowing what to expect, like what would you say each class can offer as far as like what an RPM class can do for your body, or like a toning, or like a Springhouse?
Yeah, I think when you are looking at different muscle groups, you want to look at different ways to like fire them up. So you don't want to do the same thing over and over, which unfortunately working out is that, success comes from doing the same things in different ways. So we try to formulate our classes to be full body. So you're always hitting every muscle target, and you're waking those muscles up in different ways. That way nothing plateaus. And by mixing it up and changing like from small muscle movements to larger hip movements to cardio only to strength training only to high impact or no impact, we're letting the body never kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
Keeps things moving, everything. Our classes are always different too. So even if you take the same class every week and you may do a few of the same moves, everything's always formulated a different way to keep it exciting.
And with your different instructors too. Like I've taken like so many different instructors, and they all have like the same idea of what they're doing, the same goal, but everyone does it so differently. And you have like certain people that people are like, oh, I want to go to this person's class or this person's class,
Well, I think that's the beauty of it. It's like everybody has their style. Like the idea is the same, the book is the same, but like each chapter is a little different.
100%. Let's talk about the Springhouse a little bit. How did you know it was time to open the Springhouse?
I'd done 2 expansions at the Wheelhouse. So we expanded once, then we expanded again. And it was great. And I had taught on this machine in San Diego in 2013 to 15. And I always loved it. And I always knew it needed to be here. And I don't know, is there ever a right time to have a baby? Is there ever a right time to have a business?
Never.
Like, it's
Never.
like I wasn't in a position where I felt like I couldn't handle it.
Right.
So I was like, now or never. Waddle and Swaddle, we loved them. They were in this space. They were leaving. And so I said, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it now because I have to at least make it somewhat easier for myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to open in this space. On a Saturday morning, I teach here at 6. I teach there at 7. So I just drive down to, I walk down the plaza. So I had to do it while the opportunity presented itself to me. Maybe if they hadn't left, it wouldn't have happened when it did. But it was like, why not? Time's here.
Perfect timing, truly. And then a little bit about the schedule here. We've talked about it like a little bit, but what days do you offer? Like what
7 days a week. Both studios, 7 days a week. But we have a lot of options here, which is great. 6, 7, 8, 9, noon, 4:30, 5:45, 6:45. We have 8 machines here and 10 machines at our Fishkill location. And we just want to accommodate as many people as possible because the people want to get in.
Yeah. And you have a waiting list almost like every, yeah. Yep.
It's great. It's a good problem.
Let's talk about Zayn and Coco.
Oh.
What does it feel like to build something like before their eyes? And do they ever, what's like, it's so hard to talk about like the work mom balance because there isn't a balance, truly, there's not. You just make it work, you just fit it in.
Yeah.
What do you hope when they get like a little bit older? Like what do you hope they like remember about you or hope that they like remember seeing?
So I opened Wheelhouse when Zayn was 18 months old. So he doesn't remember life without it.
Yes.
And he was with me the other day setting up for a class. He's just part of the fabric of it all. And I really did do that for him. Like, I want to be able to build a life for us. I was getting divorced. I had to like figure out what I was going to do to support us. And so the Wheelhouse is like a love letter to him. And he's helped me stay inspired. Coco, I opened Springhouse when she was 18 months old. And so neither of them know me ever not working this hard. Wow. And they just always talk about like, oh, the Wheelhouse, the Springhouse. They're proud of me. And I love watching them know that you can have it all. You can be at pickup for your kids. You can be at every practice. You can be at every game. And you can still create something that's really special.
Yeah.
And I hope Coco, because Zayn is not going to take it over. Zayn is just a very like different breed, but Coco could do it.
Yeah.
She could definitely handle it.
She's like spicy and sassy. And she like wants a challenge a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
she could do it. So I tell her she's the future.
Yeah. What do you, kind of going off of that a little bit, who is like somebody that has never given up on you?
My mom. Your mom. My mom. When I moved back here, open arms, we came into her house and I was like, I want to do this. And she was like, do it. Yeah. And so she had Zayn for me on the early mornings and the late nights. And she's just like such a huge supporter and cheerleader for me. And I like couldn't do it without her.
Does she come take your classes ever?
She takes bar. She likes bar.
Does.
And then when Zayn was 3 and the Wheelhouse was 2, I met my husband and he just jumps right in and he builds everything you see. Everything that's on the wall, everything that's painted or done, Jason has done it.
Like truly like handyman. Do you know what's so funny, Michelle, is I remember the first like days when he started to come in.
Oh, he would take spin.
Like he would take spin. Yep. I'd see him like over there and like the glow on his face. I remember, because of course it's like professional at first. And then it's like, I saw that kind of like transition in my eye. And I remember like being on the mat doing like work training or something in like the back room and having be like, good job, Jason. I'm like, oh, I see it.
He like really dove right in from the beginning. And I always am so grateful. We joke he's Mr. Wheelhouse, but like he really is.
Yeah,
like,
he really is.
He does it all.
He's Mr. Michelle.
Right, I know. I'm so grateful for it.
You've spent your whole career getting people like physically and mentally like unstuck. What would you say to somebody who is stuck in a rut, in a relationship, in a friendship, in a career that they're not happy? Like what's something, given like your background and where you've come from and being there, what would you tell them? You
are not a tree. Get up and go. We're not planted where we are. We're not rooted where we are. And we don't have to stay anywhere. And so if you really aren't happy, you have to ask yourself, like, I am too young to have a long life of not being happy where I am, or I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to be in this place anymore. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's easier said than done, but like when you get out of that cycle and you break it and you get into a new normal, like the bad things that happened to me in my 20s that led me back here, when I thought I was being buried, I was being planted because I was blooming now, right? But that doesn't come from, you need the rain, you need the struggle, because that's going to bring you to the other side of where things are really good.
1,000%. And being able to look back and be grateful for it in a way that maybe like you wouldn't have, because it's like, it's like the depths of like any kind of like entrepreneur or business owner truly that is so successful is because they've come from that like trepidation of like, well, I've been in the depths of hell and like I've been there and like I'm running from it and I'm not going back there.
Right.
Like I refuse to.
And women already have, we carry a load, right? Like we're carrying responsibilities, we're carrying our household, our kids, our husbands, like families. We carry so much, and then you add on entrepreneur on top of it. Now in my industry, people, they put a lot on me in their emotions, which I'm happy to be that person for them, but it's just more. But so how do you lift yourself up while holding everything else, with the balancing act? But it is like, I couldn't imagine doing anything else or want to do anything else.
Oh yeah. What do you do for yourself? Like if you're not here or like with your family or whatever, like where can people like find Michelle?
I really do like working out. So like taking a class for me is great because I get to like not think.
Yeah.
I get to be inspired. I get to like just sweat and like be quiet and in my own head. Like the Springhouse is great because you can't think of anything else while you're on this machine, right? You're just focusing on like surviving it. So I'm not worried about other things. And so I really do like that. And I love hanging out with my husband. Like we like being with each other.
Yeah.
So we go out to dinner, we like do things with each other, which is nice. And so it's just, you'll find me in and about town.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, let's talk about like the Hudson Valley a little bit. Where's your like coffee place? Where's your cocktail place? Where's your like favorite place to go if you have an hour to yourself?
I love Spoons in Eastdale, Coco's favorite spot. We love Lola's. I'm so pumped that they're in Eastdale now because I live right around the corner from that. And Ready Coffee. I have a friend, he brings me Ready Coffee every morning, Monday morning to my class.
Cute.
Kevin, he's the best.
Is it the same order every
Same order
time?
every time, yep. Medium iced coffee with cream.
Okay.
I just think that I love locally owned businesses and I want to support those businesses because they are the foundation of our Main Street.
Yeah.
And when you support a small business, you are going to really bring that money back into your community.
1,000%. Yeah. We all have to like pull from the same string. Let's talk about 70-year-old Michelle. What do you hope that future 70-year-old Michelle will look back?
She's
and
still
tell
working out for sure. She's still working out. I just want to be able to say I did it.
Yeah.
Like I did all the things. I didn't say no. I went for it. I tried it. My kids are healthy and happy, and they're doing their thing, and I paved the way for them. And my husband will say we're retired in North Carolina next to Duke. That's where we're going, apparently. And that's the dream. That's what we're going for.
Okay, North Carolina. I don't know. Do you want to move to North Carolina?
Jason Irish loves the Duke basketball. So
Fair.
I'll go along for the ride.
Okay, that's fair. Let's just before we close, let's do a rapid fire recommendation game. Okay. So I'll kind of give you an example of what someone would be looking to do, and then based on that, you tell me like which class you would recommend.
Okay.
A client wants to tone up and lose overall weight.
Bike boot camp.
Okay. Someone wants to specifically work their legs and glutes.
Springhouse or bar.
Yeah. A total beginner who's never worked out literally a day in their life.
Express ride.
Okay. Someone recovering from an injury who needs something like low impact.
Spin.
Okay. A client wants better flexibility and a little mindfulness.
Sculpt 45 is in that Pilates class.
Okay, yep, I love that class. Someone training for a race or an endurance event.
Bike boot camp.
Okay. A client wants an intense, sweaty, high energy class.
Power.
And someone wants to strengthen their core after having a baby.
Springhouse.
Yeah. And can I also just mention, like you mentioned it before, I've been with you on the journey of pre-baby, during pregnancy, and postpartum. And like you always say, even during a class, like you'll modify a little bit on the side too.
Yeah.
So like, don't let that kind of deter you. Like if you are pregnant, 9 months pregnant or whatever, like you will always find something a little bit like lower resistance or something like safe because you've been there and you have that training and like that studying that you know.
If you've been taking this prior to getting pregnant, we'll have you keep doing it and we'll work through it with you. I wouldn't say start this while pregnant, but you can totally start Wheelhouse during your pregnancy, like bar, mat, classes. We'll kind of work you through it. I just watched somebody walk by outside from a spin class. She's 23 weeks pregnant. Like the best thing you can do for yourself and your baby is to move.
It's so true.
And then postpartum, the head is going, the hormones are going. It's your 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Give yourself that time.
Yeah. Yeah, like treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Push yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
But is there anything you want to add before we wrap? Anything like new and upcoming or like exciting or any like membership classes or packages that you're offering?
Yeah, right now we're in our summer schedule, which it doesn't really change. We always kind of keep it, but we are looking to add more classes in the fall. We're always looking to do pop-up events around the community. We've done a few at some wineries, and we just want to like keep it exciting going into the next half of the year. So you can follow us on Instagram. We're the Wheelhouse NY and the Springhouse NY, and see what we're doing.
Okay, well that was you just answered my last question. Where can people find you? Are you also like online? Do you have a website online?
We have a website, housepartypk.com, and you can click book the Wheelhouse or book the Springhouse, takes you right to our booking website. The first class at the Wheelhouse is free. And then we have an intro offer at both studios to take advantage of.
Yep, and you always have merch at both places too, like
Wheelhouse
socks and shirts and like everything in between. Can they find that online as well? Or
yes, on our website.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
you
for
killed
having
it.
me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. I am Megan with Serhant, and thanks for being here. Bye, guys.
Thanks.
You did it. You did it. Yay.
Thanks so much.
How do you feel? Do you feel
good. Yeah,
good? Okay. Comfortable. And I know, and you have to 30